People. Fandom, especially. I'm not saying that's you guys, because I would like to think that my fans, my core fans, use their brains, kind of just step back and take it all in, have that thought process. But man, when this article came out, just seeing people believe the shit that they want to believe, that makes them happy, and then not believe the shit that doesn't make them happy, speaks volumes. And I guess that's just human beings in general. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. Why the future of the DCEU movies looks brighter than ever by Mr. Mark Hughes over at Forbes. Yeah, there's also a lovely ad that I saw when I was looking at this article that talked about why cheaters cheat or something like that. And I'm going, really? Forbes? Awesome. It was an ad on the top thing. And I'm going, you guys really need that? Anyways, a lot of people were talking about the information that came out today about Mark Hughes. And right off the bat, I'd just like to get it out there. Like, my relationship with Mark Hughes, well, he blocked me probably about 4 years ago, maybe even longer, because he was going on one of his male feminist rants about something, and I just asked a question, just a scenario, and he kind of went crazy on me, and I went as far as hitting him up on various different social media platforms because I found it funny, and he blocked me on each one of them. So he's blocked me on Twitter, but shit you not, it was probably in the last couple of months, he showed up in my mentions because I mentioned him, but somehow he showed up in my mentions to defend himself, even though he has me blocked. Just shows you the kind of guy he is. So that's besides the point. That's whatever, I'll still respect him as a writer. And this is a very lengthy post because, well, he gets paid by the word. It's pretty lengthy, so I'm not going to go through everything. I made some bullet points here. And, he basically just starts off by talking about WW84, Wonder Woman 84, pushback to 2020, so that Shazam and Joker can be the lead successes. I'm basically saying hey, let's have these movies be the two big movies for Warner Brothers DC in 2019, and we'll just push Wonder Woman to 2020, and that just, fucking why not? We already know that Wonder Woman 84 is going to be a success. And, it's still up in the air whether Shazam and Joker will. It seems like it will be. They will be. They're totally polar opposites of each other. So it's going to be interesting. And then, of course, he does praise the DCEU. He talks about how he likes, he loves, I think he said loved, Snyder's versions and everything. And he even says that Watchmen was top tier and a lot of people consider it a masterpiece. So, I know a lot of people give him shit about what he thinks about these movies, but at least he put that in there. But of course, he had to fill all this information with stuff that we already knew because he then talks about the Flash movie, which of course keeps getting pushed back, delayed. Of course, a lot of it has to do with Mr. Miller, Ezra Miller, doing Fantastic Beasts in that franchise. And of course, that's still, big time in gear. So that you have to work around that schedule. But he also mentions too that, it must be hard for a studio to really just push out a movie with a character that already has a successful TV show. And this is one thing I hate about fandom. I really do, especially comic book fandom, because everybody's like, source, until something you like actually changes the source. Then it's like, who cares? So many DC fans, man, they hate the CW shows with such just, ugh, so much. And I see that a lot. And a lot of people mentioned how he talks about that, how he kind of praises the CW Flash show. And I'm just going, hey, guys, relax. Just because you don't like it doesn't change the fact that it is successful and there are people out there that like it. Yes, it might not be the source Flash. It might not be the Flash that we like. Me, myself, I kind of lost interest in it. After 3 or 4 seasons, I haven't caught up on the new stuff. And I really don't have any desire to do so. I'll eventually get there, but, I'm right there with you, but I'm not going to sit there and shit on him. And are you going to go to a convention and you see all these kids that got to know the Flash through the TV show and you're going to walk past and go, fucking sucks? No, you're not. You're going to get behind your computer screen and keyboard and shit all over it. I just found that funny. It's like, it's okay, I get it. Because you don't like it, it's not good. Suicide Squad 2, James Gunn, Harley Quinn will not be in it. Saw a lot of people praising this because they're like, yeah, girl, Margot Robbie saw that James Gunn was directing and she said, fuck no. Seriously? You think that was the case because of the pedo jokes and stuff? That was, All right. This was part of the praising that I saw a lot of people saying because it's just, they thought that was the case. Like Robbie just didn't want to work with Gunn or something like that, as if they know. And as if Mr. Hughes knows right here, because it just doesn't seem like it's going to be a Suicide Squad without Harley. And if you don't have Deadshot, what the fuck do you have? I get it. Suicide Squad is a fluctuating team. I get that, but you always want to have the familiar faces in the lead. Even the books, if they fluctuate, you want to have that Harley. You want to have that Deadshot there. So this one I have really trouble believing in, because it's like, if it's going to be some kind of soft reboot, why? When the first one was successful, people loved the first one. The general public loved the first one, so why would you want to do that? But whatever, Margot said fuck no to James Gunn because he tweeted. Joker movie, the Joker standalone movie with Leto and the Joker and Harley movie have been canceled, which a lot of people were actually going, yeah, we kind of saw that coming. Who knows if we're ever going to see Leto as Joker again? It sucks. That whole dream of seeing Affleck's Batman and Leto's Joker right there. We almost saw it. Kind of saw it in Suicide Squad, but not quite. Sadly, we didn't get to see it, and it breaks my heart. Superman movie is currently shelved while the Supergirl movie is moving forward. Yes, the future is female. And a lot of people didn't want to believe this one because they really want that Superman movie. Again, it's just... it's a bias. We all have it because, obviously I'd rather have a Superman movie than another Suicide Squad movie, to be honest. But, it's interesting because, we keep seeing Cavill do his thing. But, of course, we know that Cavill wants to continue doing it. But he's playing hardball. He knows his value. His value's gone up since Fallout. And who knows what's going to happen with this. And there's also that rumor that Warner Brothers was actually very embarrassed on what happened with Superman and Justice League, which they should, because, my God, the very first fucking scene... It's embarrassing. I could totally see that. But who knows if that's the case. It's still negotiations. It just seems a little weird. You need Superman with Supergirl. You just do, because it's always had that mentor relationship. It would just work. And but then again, who knows what the fuck's going on, really. But we know that it probably most certainly is on the table still. Batgirl is not connected with Birds of Prey. There's no ties. No ties at all, which is another weird one because, come on, you gotta have some babs. The fact that she's not in Birds of Prey just, it was kind of irking me about it. I'm still getting hyped about the movie. I've said many times that I'm like, I'm really not that hyped for this movie, but now as things are coming out, I'm getting more hyped about it. But it's just to have no babs just really frustrates me. And apparently, too, the rumor about Birds of Prey and then Gotham City Sirens and then Gotham City Sirens versus Birds of Prey is all bullshit. It does sound good on paper. To me, it sounds like, hey, let's see how good Birds of Prey does. Then we'll consider doing more like that. That's just my opinion, though. And then he talks about other developments that are just like in fucking development. Limbo, hell, whatever the hell. And, that's pretty much the bullet points right there. Like I said, there's a lot of in-between where he just breaks down box offices and, he just goes on and on and on and on because, we got to pay the bills, right? So, there you go, guys. My opinion on all of it is, hey, does he know fully? No. Do we know fully? No. I'm still having a tough time believing that Suicide Squad 2 is going to be a fucking soft reboot or something like that and just going to have different characters. I know Suicide Squad was there before Harley was there, but it's just, ever since, it's like you have to have that. You have to have some Deadshot in there at least, It's just... I'm just having a tough time believing that you're going to have a Suicide Squad without some of those big characters. I don't know. To me, that one just sounds a little And when it comes to the Superman stuff, yes, it's shelved, but I think if a director comes around and goes, hey, this is my idea, they like it, Cavill's on board, they're going to greenlight that shit. They're just waiting for that. And then the whole Batgirl, not connected. That kind of sounds serious. And like I said, I've always been saying that I was frustrated that we're not going to get Gotham City Sirens from David Ayer. because they took his idea because, remember, he tweeted out Black Mask, and now Black Mask is conveniently in Birds of Prey, so I'm like, yeah, you motherfuckers stole this movie. But who cares? It's David Ayer, whatever. So that always frustrated me, so I think I actually believe that one the most. And the Flash stuff, too. I kind of believe that, some of that. But we'll see what happens. We just got to wait. We just got to wait and see what's going on, I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, this is all true, this, that, and this, I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to just use my brain and just kind of think, well, that sounds legit, that sounded it. Well, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts about it down below. What'd you think about all this? Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel, visit filmjunkie.com for all my content. Follow me on all that social media stuff, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and go to the store, the closet, for shirts and stickers. All right, guys?